Hello, I'm Mike Mulvihill. On the 15th of August 2018, I spoke with John Keaney from Keshcarrigan in County Leitrim about the Fr Mychal Judge Memorial Peace Garden located just outside the village at Kesh Lake. I hope you enjoy listening to this conversation, and don't forget to take a look on our website and websites where our content may be for the Fr Mychal Judge Memorial Peace Garden programme, which was broadcast on Shannonside Northern Sound Radio in January on the 1st of 2019. John Keaney, Keshcarrigan, can you remember where you were on 9/11?
I can. I was up looking at the cattle at about 4 o'clock. And when I came back down then, I went into the sitting room and my wife told me that big accident in America, 9/11. So I was watching it for 10 minutes, and the next thing I seen Fr Mychal being carried out, because I know him to see. Not everybody know him. I suppose you in Ireland, I had seen him there before. I was talking to him before, so my wife said that couldn't be, but it happened to be Fr Mychal. I just seen him at that particular time.
And that was the image that we all got to see, a famous image from 9/11.
All over the world, yeah. That was it. I knew his hair, the way his hair was coming back, and he was all dust on him, but I knew by his features that it was Fr Mychal.
And can you tell us how you first got to know Fr Mychal Judge, John?
The first time he came to Ireland here, he was looking for the home place, and he arrived here at my house at around 5 o'clock, and he was looking for the judges. Did anybody know where the judges lived? And I said, you're in the right house. I have Mychal Judges, I have the home place. Oh, that's great news, he says. Couldn't believe it. So he said, will you ring me up to the house to see the house, homestead? Sure, I'll ring him up, Shabbat him up. It was getting, near duskus. And he looked at it, I said, there's one wall there that's belonging to the original house, the rest of it is new. So he looked at that and he took a photograph of it, and I seen him rubbing the stone to get a bit of a pebble out of it. And he took a little pebble and put it into his pocket. So he was delighted, I'd say. Same as he won the sweep. If I won the sweep, I wouldn't be as proud of that, with that pebble he had that he put into his pocket. So I brought him down then here to Keshcarrigan and made tea for him. What happened why he was so late here, he came from Cove, he went to Mayo looking for, he thought it was over in Mayo at the house, whatever mistake he made. So it took him nearly the whole day to come here, but he was late, I made tea for him.
And that pebble, who knows, it's something that he would have held dear to himself and something that he could have had on his person that day.
Well, I don't know, it's a possibility. It's something he had belonging to the homestead, and it's very important. Everybody has something belonging to the homestead, but that's all he had, really. He had nothing else, that I know of,
And do you know if he had made any trips to Ireland before that, and what year would that have been?
It was 2000, I think it was, that he came that time. Yeah, about 20 years ago I seen him in Keshcarrigan, and I didn't know who he was now, really. I knew he was a priest, all right, but didn't take much notice. And I don't think he stood in Gertie Horns for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, but he told me he wasn't up in the homestead. Funny enough, he wasn't, So that's 20 years ago, yeah. And he came back to see the homestead then in 2000.
So that would have been his first time to be there?
Yeah, that'd be his first time to be in the homestead, he said that, yeah. That he never was up in the homestead before that, no.
And after that then, you became good friends, and you wrote to each other?
Wrote to each other now, yeah. He wrote regular. He wrote, the first unusual thing happened. The first letters he sent, and a few bits of books, he put John Flynn in it, because he asked my wife what her name was, to see where she came from, probably. Her father's name was John Flynn, and when he addressed the envelope, he said, John Flynn, Keshcarrigan. There was no say to John Flynn. So as 2 months went by, I wondered he didn't maybe send a letter or something. You know, it was 2 or 3 months, 2 months at least. The next thing, it arrived. He got it back. It was sent back to him by Aircom or whoever. It was his own address on the back of it, seemingly. So he sent, next time he put the note in, says what happened. It went astray to John Flynn. I have still the letters he wrote there about that, explaining that, about the letter going astray. So there was no John Flynn and Keshcarrigan, but no one could fathom it out, you know. Now the postman couldn't, anyhow. So he got it back, but he sent me again, you know.
And over that 12-month period, you would have exchanged a few letters.
A few letters with him, a few letters with him now, yeah. I wasn't talking to him now, but letters he sent them a few times now, you know. And he said he sent more books and that, but... And at 2 or 3 different times he sent bits of papers and that, you know. When he was in the White House, he said that, he explained why he was in the White House, you know. And then when he went to the White House, it was, what was it there? It's about, was it Kennedy or not? Kennedy.
Bill Clinton and
Bill Clinton, yeah. The Mall asked him, yes, how do you know me, Michael, you know? And the president said, sure, every man in this country knows Michael. Michael. And I was really proud of that. Yeah. It was a simple thing, but it was, he said, how do you know? And he was up at the top table, and he says, the president shook his hand and the wife, and he says to me, I said to himself, how do they know me? He wrote it down there, I got that letter wrong. How do they know me? And someone showed up, sure, everyone knows Father Michael. You know, that was one simple thing, like, you know.
And he spelt his name Mychal, and a little bit different, that too. That
was correct, because there's too many Michaels in the clergy he was in, or they spelt their name that way. There was 3 Michaels, I think, in where he was officiating now, you know. So he decided he'd change it, that he'd have a different name, and the correspondence wouldn't get mixed up, you know. Every Michael was getting ahead of them as a literature. So Michael decided, and he stuck with that all his life. You know, that's how he changed it to Michael.
And
when he spelt it, that's how he spelt it, yeah.
And when he was in your company, or through letters, did he ever talk about Kesh, or what would he say about this area?
Well, the night he came here, now he stood for a couple of hours, and I says, we hadn't that much food, maybe with a piece of chicken and that. So my wife got the chicken and chips for him, and he had a good feed. He was fairly fit, because all he drank the whole day was 2 bottles of water. They never went to any restaurant. They wanted to get to see the homestead. That was his cry. So he said he never took only the 2 5-gallon bottles of water that till he came here. So he had the chips, and we had a good crack at him. He was very, very, very jolly man now, you know. He was very with it now, you know. Yeah, he seemed to be at home. So he left, and he was going down to Cork again, and I think he was going out in the morning again now, you know. But the one thing in particular I know about him was that when he was leaving, myself and the wife went out to say goodbye to him, and we waved at him. So the driver was driving off. So he says, turn the car back. He says, turn around. That's a sure sign of an Irish welcome. Because most houses, when you go to now, he's in the priest, any priest that goes to the house, they close the door gently and say, thanks be to God, he's gone. So that happened now, you know.
And he's well known for his sense of humour.
Yeah, he was very good sense of humour. And maybe he asked questions, I just can't recall them all now, but he maybe asked about the home place there. Oh, my father bought the home place for £300. Laden stand that in for the year, and they left. Somebody else here and bought it. But my father was the third buyer. So that'll tell you how I think it was £300 that time for 35 acres.
And that's probably going back to maybe the 1950s, would it be?
It would be, at least going back to that, yeah. Looking at what happened was then my father sold the piece where Father Michael's monument is done, sold it to the council for fishermen to put up jetties and all that. And he got, I think, £400 for it. So he was lucky enough. He didn't lose. He made £100 of that and only sold a chunk of it.
Yeah.
And then the council gave it back. Then no problem. That the Rees said we could rededicate it to Father Mychal. There was no obstacle in it. It was the council who owned it. So that was part of Father Mychal's home place, where it is the original.
And I suppose, how did that all come about then, the Memorial Peace Garden?
I suppose, without praising myself, I one man that said, we definitely put up a monument to him. Come to me in the house and all that I had correspondence from, and I couldn't see it letting it go, So I decided we'd put up a monument, we'd even put up a big stone, a slab maybe. So the local development, Kesh development, decided to start up, maybe get a bit of funds, and we put up Smith and Ballinamore done the monument for it. So that was only that I was so much involved, I suppose, maybe with him and talking to him. Maybe not, but it's unlikely now that it'd be done that quick, because I had the correspondence with him and talked to him, and that was it. That's the reason, part of the reason. But Kesh Development done good work. They've done a lot of work on it and done it up, and they're a big day there then.
Yeah, and we hope to hear from Francie Gilmartin and Lorna McCarthy as well on that.
They done very much. Francie was very much involved, and Lorna was the big development now. There was Jeanette McKeown, Jeanette Connerty, there was three, and there was a good many more now around. Everybody seemed to give a hand. They were delighted to see it now.
And there's something very peaceful about it. I was out there the other day and just standing and reading the prayer from the chair, and there's something very peaceful about it.
I think it's very, very nice because the lake is in front of it, and you see two swans usually there, or maybe other birds, but swans is usually there swimming around getting a bit of food, and you'd see the two swans in the water, and when you look out it looks very peaceful with the birds in the lake. And the lake, if you hadn't a lake there now, you'd be looking at maybe nothing. But I think that the lake is very nice now. Yeah.
And one of the things then from the Peace Garden is the Irish flag, but equally the American flag.
Yeah, the American flag. They brought over the American flag from America. The most important thing we have belonging to Father Mychal that anybody has is the flag that was over his casket. We have it in Keshcarrigan. Nobody else in the world has it. It was the sister, seemingly, she liked Irish so much, she could give it the Yanks, or she could give it to whoever she wanted. But no, she said, I'm bringing that home to Ireland, to his home place. That's right. And she even said, I think, as far as I know, that he liked it was in Ireland, and his home place. So that we still have that. Wipe it into somewhere where some people could look at it now. It's in, where's it at the moment? But we have it anyway. So I think it's very, very important that.
It is, and that's the flag that would have draped his coffin.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the most important thing, yeah. There was millions looking at it and seeing the casket and all. And the casket was pulled around. It's a big one now. It's fairly big over the casket, it's down. So everybody's seen it, but maybe nobody knows now, bar a few around here, that the casket, or that the flag is here. The original flag is over his coffin.
Now, in front of us here, you've got a folder, and you've collected a lot of bits from Father Mychal's life and the exchanges of letters between the two of you, and you've got an invitation here for the White House.
Yeah, he sent that. It's unusual. He was at the White House and he had an invitation. And when he was at the White House, up at the White House, he was at the top table. He was a bit of a good humoured man. They were all shaking hands with him. Even the president was shaking hands with him. The whole lot, everyone up there at the top table was shaking hands with him. And he says, how do you know? He wrote that down for me in an article. How do you know? My name is Mychal. Sure, everybody in New York or in the whole country knew Mychal. So that was the type of person he was now,
And you've got some more letters here. You might read maybe one of the letters, would you, John?
I'll read them now. It's not. It's hard. It's funny his writing. He writes unusual. he sent me a St. Patrick's Day card, and it's very simple, but it's true. And the words were on it: may there always be work for your hands to do. May your purse always hold a coin or two. May the sun always shine on your window pane. May the rainbow be certain to follow the rain. May the hand of a friend always be near you. And may God fill you with heart and gladness and cheer you. It's a very simple one, but every man got that. I think if you had all what he said there in a simple word, I think it'd be better than winning the sweep. I'm on the way for won the sweep. They never were happy, but he reckons I think if you had them few messages there, that you'd be better off.
May your purse always hold a coin or two, and some lovely words there.
Yeah, simple now, yeah.
And he has a title here, An Irish Blessing for You on St. Patrick's Day.
But I'm sure he meant it for anybody in Ireland. Maybe he just put that, he was sending it to me, but I'm sure he'd like to send it to everyone in Ireland. You know, that it wouldn't be to me alone. Yeah. So now, that's another day.
And is there anything else then that...
I don't know what else now. Let's see what is over here now or nothing. Most about stuff there. And that's one of the letters went astray that came back.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Or me, that's the letter I saw. He said, I'm going to send it again. That was part of it. And he stuck in it.
Yeah.
They sent it went wrong to John Flynn first.
Yeah.
But he sent it back twice, but the second time it was.
Yeah.
That's just where he was praying or someone was praying. He sent me that too. I don't know why. There's the one about the turret. I kept it too.
So this is
the Kiltubber down here.
The Kiltubber notes.
The Kiltubber notes.
So we can see here the Kiltubber notes. Father Mychal Judge. This is from the 10th and 11th of September 2005. Father Mychal Judge Memorial and Peace Garden. Today, Sunday, the 11th of September 2005, Keshcarrigan Development Association will unveil a memorial and dedicate a peace garden near the village to the memory of Father Mychal Judge, the first official casualty of the September 11th terrorist attacks on the Twin Towers, New York, in 2001. The event will commence at 3 p.m. with a walk from the village to the garden on the Mulvihill Road overlooking Kesh Lake. We welcome Father Mychal's twin sister Dimpna, Father Chris Keenan, successor to Father Judge as chaplain of the New York City Fire Department, and Michael Daly of the New York Daily News.
We're back looking on because we played the championship, the Kiltubbers. After that, if you see it here, as you know, Kiltubber was playing on the next Sunday, the county final. We never won a senior championship, so he must have prayed for us. The next Sunday we were playing and we won it, won the county final.
That was against Barnacoula.
That's Barnacoula. So he must have said a prayer for us because, well, we won it, but he must have been looking down on us, I think. You can see the notes are the same on the same notes are there, you know.
And on that day, did many people turn up?
Oh, there was a big crowd. The whole Kesh was, I don't know, many hundred was there now. Jeanette McKeown had a beautiful car with the hood pulled back, and like what you see in Dallas. It really was, it was beautiful looking. And she had Father Mychal's sister with her in the front, and the priest. Oh, the whole road from Keshcarrigan now up to the mine was full packed, you know. So it was a great crowd. That's the photograph. What is it? The one that appeared in the Observer.
So this is a photograph from that day in 2005.
Yeah.
And
different ones around, yeah. They're showed on the Observer, yeah.
We can see all these different people, some familiar faces here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a fire. And we see here in the photograph John fire engine.
Yeah.
And that would have been a big part of Father Michael's work.
The Keshcarrigan Shannon Fire Brigade brought out all the equipment they had to show it as a sort of a, gesture now to them,
And that, of course, would have been a big part of Father Michael's life, chaplain to New York City Fire Department.
Yeah, that was his fire brigade was really important, very important.
Did he talk at all to you, John, about his life in America?
Not really that much, no, he didn't know. He was like a man that wouldn't like to praise himself, that type of a... You see, when he went to the White House, he asked, how do you know me? So that's the type of him. I don't think he'd be maybe tell you what he done, No, he's very humble now, all right. I definitely was. So I gave the oration to it. Well, the best I could. I don't know how it went, but that was it.
Did you ever think, I know that when his death came about so quickly in 2001, but when you were shaking hands with him that time, did you ever think that you could be shaking hands with a saint?
Well, I don't know, probably. I'd say so. I don't think I'm nearly... funny enough, I up to the land every day and I see it's 300 and I see Father Michael's headstone every day, nearly 99% of the day. Just the way I say I look at it, just, because the cattle are there. So I'm the only man that's seen that goes up every day since he died that looks at it. It's just the way it's not looking intentionally real that much, but I'm going up to see the cattle, so I can't bypass it. I park the car right beside it. So I do see the monument every day now,
And there's calls at the moment for Father Michael to be a saint.
Yeah, I heard that he's passed he's passed the first 2 stages, and he has to pass the third. Now, what exactly that is now, I wouldn't know now. But he has passed 2 of them, and that they reckon that he will be canonised as saint. So it'll be unusual, or will it be a great thing to see a saint in Keshcarrigan, the first saint ever, I presume. I didn't hear tell of him. So it'll be a big thing in Keshcarrigan, I think, if he's made a saint. But I honestly look at him, people, Catholics and Protestants, are all different. It's the work he done for the people. I always called him a man of the people, and that's the important thing. Not just, he wasn't Catholic or bitter or anything like that. He looked after everybody, and that's the whole lot that he brings off. And he's made a saint, he'll be made a saint for a man of the people, I think.
And possibly you could hear or imagine something like the patron saint to fire departments.
Well, you could, be a nice gesture, it could be. Because, that's a big thing now, because 9/11 is known all over the world, so we have a lot to think about all right here. That the man that his father came from, his family came from here, so we have definitely a big addition now.
John Keaney there, recorded on the 15th of August 2018, talking about Father Mychal Judge, his visit to Keshcarrigan, and the Memorial Peace Garden in memory of Father Mychal Judge at Kesh Lake in County Leitrim. And don't forget, you can check out the documentary which part of that interview was included on, and you'll also get to hear from Francie Gilmartin and from Lorna McCarthy from Keshcarrigan, who John spoke about during that interview. They also contribute to the Father Mychal Judge Victim 0001 documentary, available on this website and also available on other websites where our content is. So, until next time, thank you for listening. Goodbye.